Alright, quick update on Green Metaverse token. Now, I just recorded a video on Green Satoshi token, so if you're looking for both of those type of analysis on the move to earns, check out my channel, I do provide both. In that video, I was looking at things through the scope of the Heikin-Ashi candle, so I'm going to be doing the same for Green Metaverse token. I feel like the Heikin-Ashi's very well define what we're seeing at this moment in time. For me to explain how the Heikin-Ashis are calculated and what they are is a little bit out of the scope of this video. I've got an educational playlist with 17 videos currently in it. I have explained in that playlist how to use, how to calculate, all that good stuff around Heikin-Ashis. So if you want to check that out, go check out my educational playlist. A quick 5 to 10 second rundown of what they are is basically I'm very much simplifying this, but they more or less open about halfway through the previous candle body close. So why is this a good thing? Because it takes a lot more momentum to make a downtrend switch into an uptrend, and it takes a lot more momentum to make an uptrend switch into a downtrend. Because of that, we see very clear seas of green, red, but instead, you hop over to the Japanese, and it's, you get these bounces, you get these fake outs where you've got green candles and seas of red, and red candles and seas of green. It's a lot easier to look at things on the Heikin-Ashi. So let's jump into the video. In my last video for Green Metaverse token, I was calling for this move all the way down to 56 cents. Now, there's a few reasons why I think this is going to be happening. Number one, Bitcoin looks like it wants to capitulate down to 22,000, and also the altcoin market cap is currently capitulating below your 618 Fibonacci, and if we do come down to the 786, we could be wiping out 282 billion worth of valuation in the altcoin market. That would be absolutely savage. This is why we're seeing the drop in Green Metaverse token. And if you've been watching YouTubers who've still been moonboying for the past couple of weeks on altcoins, check out my videos. I've been saying for the past couple of weeks that all these altcoins are going to get slaughtered. If you head over to my Twitter, I've been talking about it for weeks now. So I hate being bearish. I wish I could have my Moonboy helmet on 24/7, but there's really not much bullish going on at this moment in time. It looks like we've broken down from this channel, whatever you want to call it. If you want to call it a triangle, it didn't quite make it to the apex, so I would just kind of call this a channel. Nonetheless, we have fallen out of the channel and we are breaking to the downside. On the Heikin-Ashis, a lot of bearish volume came in over on Binance in the past 12 hours or so. This candle has only been open for about an hour and a half. It seems to have subsided a bit in terms of momentum, but the past 12 hours, we had one 4-hourly candle with 54 million Green Metaverse token traded, and another one with about 53 million traded. So this is predominantly all selling volume. If you come over to the hourly, yeah, I mean, really, you can see there's really not been too much buying volume holding this up whatsoever. In fact, if we come over to the... we had some tiny bounces, 12 million, 7 million, 13 million, but the bigger time frames, you really see it is predominantly sellers stepping into the market. If we look at your momentum indicators, I like to look at the squeeze mom. I don't really like the MACD as much, but you can see Squeeze Mom is curving over into a light red phase. This is indicative that bears are about to take control of the next momentum shift. If we look at the last time we had a massive macro swing, and I won't be talking about this one because you can see it literally took actually from the 18th all the way over to the 20th. So it took 2 days to build up enough momentum to what we have right now. And this is only like a day's worth of bearish momentum. So this is much more akin to what we saw with these bigger impulses. And you can see with these big impulses, I'm not going to go through all of the history, but the last time we had this bearish shift, we were around about $2 and we capitulated all the way down to 81 cents. That was an absolutely brutal drop. And I think with the exponential volume that we're seeing coming in at this moment in time, looking at the daily volume is increasing. The squeeze mom on the daily is kind of running out of bearish momentum, but I really do think that's going to subside because we have an M pattern at this moment in time. It looks like we're about to capitulate below the floor of this. The floor of this would be $1.16. We're currently at $1.17. If we do capitulate below this floor, I'm going to take the conservative target. I'm going to take it from the candle body close I'm not even going to take it from the wick up there, so I'm not even being as bearish as I possibly could be. You could see this M pattern breakdown would be coming all the way down to 70 cent, which from where we are now would be about a 39% drop. That's absolutely brutal. It seems like the total altcoin market would definitely support a move like that. Also looking at Bitcoin looks like it wants to capitulate to 22,000. I really would not be surprised if we see a massive altcoin capitulation. Like I've been saying, this is what I've been talking about on my Discord, all of my videos. I know it's been boring. I hate being boring. I hate coming onto well, I don't hate it. I actually love making content for everyone, but I much prefer making bullish content. I really do. I'm a crypto YouTuber. I wish probably more than every single person watching this video that crypto was bullish 24/7, but we have to look at things objectively. It's just not the case right now. We're coming down, and on the daily you can see this is literally the M pattern breakdown, so it could be getting a lot more brutal. Like I said in my previous video, maybe it was a couple of videos ago actually, we just capitulated below the 786 Fibonacci. This was literally the last line in the sand. From this low to the high, this entire uptrend is now invalidated because we've closed below your 786. This is, there's no other way to say it. That was your last line in the sand. There is no more last line in the sand. There is no more if we bounce on 116 we might be saved. We've already capitulated the invalidation. We've already invalidated this pattern. Bitcoin is capitulating. It looks like we're coming right down to 28.6, and if we capitulate below there, I'm telling you, altcoins are going to get destroyed. If you want to check out my Twitter, go over to Twitter at 618_cowboy. You can see that this is what I've been talking about for weeks now. So be very, very careful if you're planning on trading altcoins at this moment in time. I haven't been in Green Metaverse token for quite a while. Me and the cowboy community, we got in this all the way down here, and we were riding up the 4-hourly EMAs all the way up to $3.46. That is when I sold, and you can see that was the perfect time to sell because previously the uptrend was perfectly supported by the 4-hourly EMA ribbons. As soon as we flipped bearish, we broke down, capitulated, back tested the EMA ribbons, and ever since then 4-hourly EMA ribbons have perfectly, absolutely perfectly defined the downtrend. Until we do hop over these 4-hourly EMA ribbons, there's no point in being bullish. There's no point in DCAing altcoins in a bear market, in my opinion. If you have been DCAing altcoins for the past couple of weeks, you probably would have noticed that your bags have already been slashed 20, 30, 40, 50%, and they're especially getting brutalized against their Bitcoin pairs. This is something that I've previously talked about over on Green Metaverse token. I am going to wrap up the video with the GMT BTC pair. So let's see, is there anything else that we need to talk about for this? We've talked about the volume, we've talked about the bearish momentum on the 4-hour bleeding down, which is probably going to make the daily flip back bearish once we capitulate below $1.16. Looking at the 4-hourly time frame, we're coming right down to my price target of 55 cents. You can see this is the bottom of the previous accumulation range. We could also find some support at 90 cents. I think we've already bounced on this, so once we capitulate down to these lows, I think it would be time to come down to 56 cents. Like I said in my last video, maybe it was the video before, we were calling for a 62% drop, and we're down about 21% at this moment in time. So very, very good call. I still think we're coming down lower. Let's check out GMT against the BTC pair. And also, this is something that, you know, as always, we were predicting a huge move to the downside on. Let's see, I think we were calling for to come back down to these lows of 56% drop, and I mean, it seems like we're doing exactly that. Where else can we see us coming down to on the BTC pair? Let me switch back over, let me get rid of this. I do imagine we would have already capitulated below the 786. No, that's the first time I've messed up an eyeball and a fib. If you're a veteran to my channel, you know I'm pretty good at eyeballing fibs. Haven't had my Red Bull today, so but yeah, I mean, it looks like we're coming down to the 786 fib. We've already come down to this before. The GMT BTC pair looks like it's got an M pattern as well, and once we do capitulate below this, I'm not going to take an M pattern breakdown over on a BTC pair. I really don't think it would have too much crazy validity. The point of the matter is we're going down, we're probably coming back down to these lows. This would be another 8% drop. If we don't turn around in the next 8% for GMT against BTC, we could come down another 60%. This is my next prediction for green Metaverse token against BTC. This is what I think is going to be happening. I think that the altcoins are going to get massively capitulated against Bitcoin. Why do I think they're going to get massively capitulated against Bitcoin? Look at the altcoin market cap. They are absolutely landsliding. Let's wrap up the video with the Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is breaking out at this moment in time. Now is not the time to be in altcoins, in my opinion. This is what I've been warning for a long period of time. I wish you the best of luck if you're trading these altcoins anyway, but yeah, I really do think you are going to get wrecked if you are DCAing into altcoins right now. I've been basically saying that for the past couple of weeks. So best of luck. Once again, my next price target's over on green Metaverse token. I don't want to say the 90 cent. If you want to, you know, think about the 90 cent being a support range, I wouldn't blame you, because this is the top of the accumulation range. I'm more interested in the M pattern breakdown, which would be coming all the way down to 71 cent. If I had to make a prediction on what's going to happen, I would say, let me extrapolate this over, I would say that something like this is going to happen. We're going to come down to the M pattern, we're going to back test the top of here, and then we're going to come down to 57 cent. This is what I think is going to be happening. I'll be keeping this here to the next video, just like I always do. I always keep my price targets on my charts, and then we can review how they panned out in the next video. And as you can see, you know, since the last video, 21% down. This is your last line in the sand. If you're watching this and we're massively capitulating below 116, then 4-hourly momentum indicators are going to trickle over to the daily, and we're probably going to have that big capitulation, which is what the altcoin market is screaming right now. Best of luck if you're trading these. As always, cowboy out. Peace.